And welcome back to the Denver Sports Betting Show, UFC edition. My Fight Squad never left. This segment is brought to you by Stir Pan Creamery. They have 2 locations, one in Denver, one in Breckenridge. Go out and get your ice cream because it is hot. And what goes better with 4th of July in America than good old American-made ice cream? Boys, we have so much stuff to talk about. We don't have a fight card this week. I was a little bit disappointed, but so much stuff to go over. What I want to talk about is my GOAT, Jon Jones. He retired. Everybody knows that. What's next? I mean, I see an opportunity. I asked you guys the question, but I'm going to answer it. I see an opportunity for Jon Jones to fight Francis Ngannou. Do you think that's a possibility?
Yeah, I think that's where it's lining up, right? Because Jon Jones is not going to be done with the fight world. He's still going to make an impact with his attitude, with his ego. Everything's going to be in the fight world still. He owns a portion of Dirty Boxing. Like, it's a great business move for him. You can take your face, man. I can see it over here of the hatred towards him. But it's a great business move for him. If he were to fight Francis, who was never going to be let back in the UFC, fight him at Dirty Boxing, he could clean up and have an amazing payday, and then go really party and have some fun after that.
All right, because I think from a business standpoint, it is really the best move, because if he went out and fought Tom Aspinall, wouldn't happen. But if he lost, that fight with Francis would lose all its steam. Yeah. So from a fighting standpoint, from a business standpoint, it really is the best idea. I mean, if that happens, the views are going to be insane. I mean, it would probably beat anything that the UFC is going to do for that given year.
So, yeah, it makes perfect sense, but he's not going to do it. He's in McGregor territory now, where McGregor is probably never going to fight again. He keeps talking about it. Jones is he's not going to fight Ngannou. No.
Hold up, are we adding another legend to the people that you just hate on week after week? So we got Ferguson, we got McGregor, we got Jon Jones. Who else you got in there?
But it's true. McGregor's never going to fight again. I feel like
McGregor's fighting his own demons each weekend. Okay, yeah. McGregor's fighting a lot right now.
Yeah, he's fighting we played that video. He's still fighting in the club.
Yeah. What's your thoughts?
You bring up a good point, actually. Like, business wise, I think if he retires now, he can let the heavyweight division play out 1 or 2 fights, and he literally always has the option of hopping back in whenever he wants without taking the Aspinall fight, which I do think Jones is the GOAT still, but that's a terrible fight for him. If Aspinall goes like Pereira, Cyril Gane, and then maybe that brings Ngannou back at some point, he can let that all play out, and he comes back in and, gets his payday and is out again,
Yeah, let them all beat up each other.
Yeah, why not?
and then show up like, I'm back.
Yeah, because he has that pull.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, for somebody who is a part owner of Dirty Boxing, I mean, that would be the fight of the century, and he's going to do it on his own promotion. I think it's genius. Not only is he the GOAT, but he is also a business mastermind, and that's why I love him. So what's next for the heavyweight division? With Jon Jones retiring, I think this is like the worst the heavyweight division has looked in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, we always want the big boys to throw down, but I mean, I'm not really excited for anybody, to be honest.
Yeah, the most exciting thing in the division right now is Tom. And his entire legacy is dependent on his next couple fights, especially if he fights Gane. If he goes out there, and everyone's going to compare the Jon Jones Gane fight to the Tom Gane fight, and if he doesn't go out there and make quick work of him in the first round, he's always going to be compared that he's not as good as Jones. Like, there's so much riding on Tom's next fight. But yeah, the heavyweight division is not what it used to be. And the only reason why is because the GOAT left, okay? And now the heavyweight division is just, I don't know. It should be good. Tom's beat the top 5 people, though.
He has, and I think he is a great heavyweight. Very skilled, on his feet, on the ground. I mean, you just look up his stats. They're insane. I mean, like the shortest time to victory in the heavyweight division. I mean, he is an amazing, amazing heavyweight. It's just who's going to challenge him.
They got to bring Ngannou back. I know Dana, he's got to swallow his pride on this one, but that's the fight. That's
the biggest one.
Yeah, right? That's the only thing you can make to make it exciting again. Because like you said, I'm not really excited for anyone in there.
I know. And wouldn't it be crazy? Because I don't think there has been a title defense since what? Jon Jones and Stipe?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's a long time with no heavyweight title fight. So I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out. But what did happen was a lot of title fights at UFC 317. We have Joshua Van versus Brandon Royval.
Title eliminator, right?
Crazy.
Fight of the year. Fight of the year.
Dude. Yeah.
Those guys threw down.
So it was the first fight in UFC history that both fighters landed over 200 significant strikes, and it was a 3-round fight. So they were banging hard, and man, I told you, I told everybody in this dang show that, man, I'm so sorry Brandon lost, and we love Brandon, but man, Joshua Van is nasty, and to hear that kid's story, it's so crazy. 6 fights in the last year, went from 14th ranked to number 1 ranked overnight. Now has the face-off with Pantoja in the Octagon. Like, dude, talking about a comeback story, talking about like the future of legend making. Like, he has so much going for him right now. I hope he doesn't mess it up, and I hope he continues to do good. But it was such a great fight. They banged. They said, let's give him the fight of the night, and that's exactly what they did. And on top of that, Brandon got paid his win money too. He got a bonus money, so everybody got financially taken care of too, which is really cool to see.
Love to see that. Yeah.
So just to be clear, I was also right in not making a pick, but you guys talked me into it, and I took the wrong side, so I was right also. I mean, Joshua Van, the guy is just so clean on his feet. I mean, he's just a smooth operator. As a fighter, what do you notice from him that made him go basically from a unknown, a year ago, who was talking about Joshua Van a year ago, to the number 1 ranked, what is he, the featherweight? Right? Yeah, featherweight.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I think he's only been training like
5 years.
Yeah.
Is it?
5 years. That's insane. Like that's unheard of. So I mean, exciting fights, right? Exciting fights, finishes. That's what gets you there. So he's right up there. We'll see with Pantoja. I mean, that's like a stylistically clashing matchup, right? So I mean, it's a good one though. So we'll see what happens. It makes for an awesome story if he wins that, right? I mean, like, it doesn't get more fun than that. It doesn't get more exciting. So yeah, we'll see. I would love to see that matchup too.
Absolutely.
That's what the division needed. With Pantoja just taking out everyone, they needed someone to go against him, and the hype train.
Knew somebody to rise up like that.
Yeah, because you don't see that very often too, especially at the lighter weights, like guys hitting that hard, having that crazy of a fight. So yeah, it definitely brings some excitement to that division.
And then just so clean because he just fought on June 7th. I mean, he knocked out Bruno Silva, but he barely got touched. As a fighter, I mean, unless you got beat up, are you just cool, let's go? You know, for somebody like you that's had, really, really good run in your fights, if you don't really get touched, if you don't really get hurt, are you just let's go, let's do it again?
Yeah. I mean, especially if weight cuts aren't that big of a deal, why not? You could, I think Kevin Holland did that a while back. He had 6 fights in a year. I mean, that's the way to do it. If you can stay healthy, get your money and run it up in a short amount of time, why not?
And put your name out there too.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just so impressed with him. A fighter from Myanmar. I'll give you and any of the listeners $1 if you can point out Myanmar on a map.
I was a geography major, so no, I'm just joking.
Okay, so now you guys owe me $1. Pantoja versus Kai Kara France. And just to be clear, I did pick Pantoja. Everyone was kind of down on Pantoja before this fight. Is there anybody down on Pantoja, or did everyone hop on the train?
I know we were talking about it. Kai never deserved to be in this fight. I think Pantoja. I think everybody was on Pantoja before.
I remember some people talking down on Pantoja, but continue.
Well, those people don't know what they're talking about. Pantoja is the man. He is absolutely the man. And the only reason he doesn't get as much credit as somebody like Conor or Ilya or Jones or anything like that is because he weighs 125 pounds. That's the only reason, right? If you put him, he could probably smack half of the 155-pound division if he really wanted to. But he's happy there. He said he doesn't want to move. He wants to stay there and bring that division and try to compete for Mighty Mouse's title of the best ever there. But yeah, man, Pantoja was great. It was awesome to watch that. Sorry for Kai, his little thing he does and all that.
The hype up was cool.
It was all cool.
It's cool.
But Pantoja just went in there and had an easy day at the office.
Do you guys think that maybe some of the allure doesn't exist with Pantoja because, you know, he's not American. You know, he doesn't get the same love that, like, let's say if he was from, I don't know, somewhere in the United States. I'm just trying to figure out where it comes from. I mean, the man is unbelievable. He's done everything that I think a champion should do. Defend his belt. I mean, win by decision, or not decision, by submission, by knockout. I mean, he's done everything. Why does he kind of not get the love? I mean, even in the betting odds,
It's because
they were way closer. They were way closer than they should have been. I mean, he was like, what, a minus 250?
Yeah,
he's a minus 400 all day long versus Kai Kara France.
With the books, I don't know, but even with Mighty Mouse, I feel like Mighty Mouse was disrespected. Like, and he was the greatest, you know, at that division. So I don't know. It's just something about that division. He wasn't selling pay-per-views. Like, people weren't hyped about it, even though like both of these guys have put on like master classes of like their
Skill.
fights. Yeah, like it's crazy.
Yeah, it is what it is, dude. It's one of those where he's a nice guy, he's kind of quiet and like doesn't speak English. Like, I think marketing wise, it's just hard.
Yeah.
And like, to be honest, I think you're right too. It's just little guys. It's just how it is. You know, make him 170 or 185 pounds and put an Irish accent on him, and he's a superstar probably.
He's getting some love on the pound for pound, though. He moved up from 9 to number 5. So they are showing him some love there. But I hope, man, him and Joshua Van,
That's
going to be a good fight.
that's
It's a good fight.
And with the way that Joshua Van's fighting, I mean, it could be next week. So, but third title defense for Alejandro Pantoja. He's the man. I've said it for a long time. Maybe the books will catch up, but as long as they keep undervaluing him, I'm going to keep betting it and I'm going to keep getting paid. But the fight of the night, in my opinion, Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. I called it on the show. Ilia is just nuclear
he is.
with his hands. I mean, Charles Oliveira is really that guy, and he made quick work out of him.
Did.
Hit him out with one shot. The biggest thing that stood out to me, though, was all fight week in Ilya's confidence, right? So dude has a victory dinner on Friday. Yeah. Oh, boy, fight's on Saturday, okay? And he had a victory dinner on Friday, like training like champ, all this stuff. Like, his confidence was crazy. He went out there. Everybody thought he was crazy. Everybody thought Conor was crazy when he did the same thing, right? And he has done an amazing job at creating this just level of confidence within himself. Then his team believes it. That dude, there's nobody in the division that stands a chance against him right now. I know you got a bunch of good names up there, but like, I'm looking down this list. Islam is the only fight I'm excited about. Arman, I think he destroys Arman. He has Justin Gaethje. I don't think that fight goes well for our Colorado friend here. And then I think he gives Patty a freaking haircut. And I think he ends that one super quick. But dude, his confidence all fight week was beautiful to see.
Even like, what was it, like 4 or 5 years ago when he DM'd Connor and said, "I'm going to be you."
Yeah.
Like, that's wild.
He's doing exactly that. He held a press conference for himself. Like, he did his own press conference, texted out the press, like, "Hey, I'm going to talk at this location. Show up if you want." And everybody showed up for his own press conference.
That's next level. Yeah.
But it shows. I mean, he's putting in the work. You know, we played his hype training video, but the man is just a combination of skill and work. That's what I love about him. That's why no matter what the odds were, they were not high enough. They were, you know, minus 500 at one point. You can't even bet it. But he went out and showed why he's the best in the world. Let me ask you, who's going to win? I mean, if it came down to prime Conor McGregor or Ilia Topuria of 2025.
Ilia wins that. I think Conor was great. What he did was great. Skill wise, though, it does not match with like his superstardom and like accolades. Like, what he did was amazing. There's no taking away that. Like, there's never going to be another Conor. There's nobody that's going to do it like he did with the amount of like hype that he got. But I think Ilia would steamroll Conor. It like prime, yeah.
The only thing that gives me a little bit of hope for Conor, I agree, but I'm like, in the back of my mind, Connor he was a clean operator on his feet too. Maybe he doesn't stand there like chin up right in front of him like Charles Oliveira did.
Sad.
Yeah, poor Charles.
Maybe Connor just sneaks a left in, but Topuria is that guy. I mean, it is not even close. He's probably my favorite fighter right now, skill wise. He's my favorite fighter to bet on. He's 17-0 now. Yeah. So anybody that gets me paid 17 times in a row is my favorite fighter. What's next for the lightweight division?
Gaethje and Patty, right? Like that's what they're.
No, and then Patty came out like today or yesterday and said like, y'all are crazy if you think I'm fighting then. So that's not confirmed, I guess.
Well, he hopped in the cage with Ilya, didn't he?
Yeah, I think they're trying to like hype that up. I don't think these fighters just magically work their way into the cage on their own accord.
Yeah.
I think Uncle Dana's in the back.
Well, Dana was pissed about it. Like Dana went on and said he was pissed, and the reason he was pissed is because Ilya's wife and kids were there, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But it was super cool to see Ilya lose his confidence, or like not his confidence, lose his cool. Yeah. When he pushed Patty and almost dropped the belt, like he is usually so composed. So it was super cool to see him so invested in wanting to fight Patty. Patty stands no chance, like at all.
Oh, he's gonna murder him.
That's why I think you got to do like Gaethje versus Patty to see who goes next, right? Like
Gaethje said he was going to retire if it wasn't a title shot.
I mean, he'll do that. He's got to do that, but. Like, I feel like that's the eliminator right there. Who do you guys got out of that?
No, Armin should be the next
That's
one.
true.
Like, I mean, he hurt his back trying to show off for Nina Drama at the Jackson house. Right?
I forgot about that.
He pulled out of that Islam fight. But I think Armin is the person skill-wise that should fight Ilya. I don't necessarily think he stands a chance, but I think he stands a better chance than the rest of these people.
Skill wise, but I feel like pay-per-view wise, it's got to be Patty or Gaethje.
If Dustin beats Max Holloway and then they make that fight, I'm going to be so pissed because I don't want to see Dustin die. I'm going to be so pissed if they make that fight.
No, he's retiring, remember? The fighters, they always retire.
And how many of your favorite fighters come back?
They retired, that it's done. There's nothing they can do after that.
Full of money. They're right back in it.
All right. Is it crazy if they somehow set up Ilya and Islam?
Man, take my money. Take my
In
money
Dubai
right
or something like that.
I mean, it's the only one that makes sense, but we could go on with this forever. But what has my interest is the new pound-for-pound rankings. The men, Ilya Topuria at the top. I don't think there's any question there. But over Islam?
Yeah.
Really? That's crazy. I also really like that my boy... Huh?
Yeah, Marab's number 3 there, so that's awesome.
Yep, Marab. And I thought... Didn't they put Joshua Van on there? Oh, for the flyweights. Okay. They put him on the flyweight list. Yeah, he went from like not even on the list to number 1, so that's awesome. But yeah, I actually like the list now. I just don't know if you can have Topuria over Islam. I mean, what has Islam done that would lower him to Ilya?
Man, I think it's just what Ilya's done, man. Like, just, man, he's been a legend killer like these past 3 fights. So I don't know. I think from what he's done, Islam hasn't, he's still amazing, but he's not Ilya like type hype.
Islam's a scared little child running away from divisions, literally running away from Topuria, not to fight Topuria.
Yeah, on paper,
so that's
what
why
it
he got
looks
dropped
like.
down.
Yeah.
That's why he got dropped down. He's scared of the number 1.
How is DDP number 4?
Man,
I don't know.
That doesn't
Because
make
last
sense.
month was June, and he has a relationship with his cornerman.
Over Pantoja, over Volkanovski, and I mean, I don't know how
I don't know how Pereira's number 10.
I know.
that's wild.
Behind Aspinall versus JDM,
No,
or
that's
behind
crazy.
JDM.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I don't know. They should
What's
consult
top 5?
us.
What's the top 5 then?
Top 5 is Ilya Topuria, number 1, Islam Makhachev, number 2, number 3 is Merab Dvalishvili, number 4 is Dricus Duplessis, number 5 is Alejandro Pantoja.
Yeah. I feel like
That's
top,
a weird 4 and 5.
Yeah, once it gets to like after 3, it gets a little wonky, I think.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, DDP's awesome.
And we got JDM up there.
I know.
That's crazy.
It's insane. And Bilal Muhammad, number 12. I guess he was a champion at one point for a week. But no, still all the respect to them. You know, they're the greatest. You know, we're really splitting hairs here, but I still think Islam Makhachev is number one. But that wraps it up for our show. Why don't you tell all the people over there where they can find you, how they can hear about your next fights, and how they can follow you?
Yeah, Dante Sciro, everything, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Most of my stuff's on Instagram, but yeah, follow me there and tag along on the journey, hopefully in the UFC this summer.
Yep. Yeah. I'm going to call Dana after this, tell him to get you on board. And we hope to have you back very, very soon. Yeah. Hopefully before your very first UFC fight, because that would be awesome. I know you've been putting in the work, and we're excited to see where your career goes.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. So don't go anywhere, though, because we have the rest of the Denver Sports Betting Show talking about all the other sports happening this week. So don't go anywhere, and we'll see you soon.